Welcome back, folks. We're going to start a series on inverter generators today. I've got a buddy here who's got three of them. I've got a 2,000 watt Predator, a 2,200 watt Honda, and then a 3,000 watt Honda. So anyway, we're going to hook them all up to the scope, run some load test on them with resistive and inductive loads, and we'll see what the waveform looks like and how they hold up.
HONDA EU2200 is my newest generator. I've had this one about 2 months. It's got about 10 or 12 hours on it. This Honda does have a higher peak output at 2,200 watts. Running watts are 1,800. Running watts on the Predator are 1,600. Similar fuel economy to this one. This one weighs about 54 pounds. This one weighs about 54 pounds. They're almost identical. We just weighed them. They're both quiet. All three generators are quiet. I think this one may be the quietest of the three, but at idle you won't notice a lot of difference between them.
Well,
let's get to the testing.
Let's get to the testing.
All right.
And move the cameras around and get set up for that. And we'll see what happens.
All right.
Okay.
This is a HONDA EU2200i.
Okay. I mean, what's it?
2200 peak, 1800 running watts.
Okay. Well, we've got it idling at about 51 dB. 50 to 51.
Around 49 to 51.
And with minimal load on it, it's 127 volts output on this 10 gauge extension cord.
Yeah, I would say 8 watts is minimal load.
Yep. Sine wave looks pretty good.
Give it a little load.
Let's put a. Okay. So that 43 watts turned into, that's about right, about 47 watts at 126 volts.
Correct.
Okay. All right, well, let's put 1,000 watts load on it. That'll be about near 50% of the max.
Are we getting paid for that ad? I was just asking.
It's a good point. There we go. That's good enough.
That'll work.
All right. So now we can see.
Nobody will know that that's Amazon.
All right, so that's all right. Near 1,000 watts.
Hey. Yep.
Okay. Voltage looks good.
Sound pressure's 56 or about 6 decibels.
So it's up about 6. Okay.
Which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's not linear.
I can hear it outside.
I can too.
Okay. And if we go ahead and take this up to a lot more.
So we're sitting on about 1,800 watts.
1,800 watts,
that's running watts. That's what it specs out to like.
119 volts, 60.
But it's actually settled in at about 1,700 watts. So we're about 100 watts below.
I can fix that.
I understand. And then we're sitting at
60 dB.
Yep. So we're up 10 dB over resting or idle.
So I'll take us back
And
up to 70.
I think it's important to point out that is in eco mode.
What's the difference?
One's not eco mode.
Okay. All right.
Engine runs faster all the time.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, it's 7. There's 1,800 watts right there.
So we got 1,800.
Yep. Well, there's a margin of error there because we lost a decimal place.
We did.
But
it's 61, 62 dB.
Yeah, about that.
60 to 62.
And
the sine wave looks great.
Sine wave is perfect. And the
still,
frequency's good.
And so that inverter is holding 119 volts.
Yes, it is. And Honda says that's what it'll do.
Okay.
Anything else about this we want to know?
Have we held that load for 15 seconds yet?
Easily.
Okay. All right.
And our sound pressure is measured at 23 feet.
23 feet. That's how.
That's how they all do it.
That's
For some
industry
reason, there's
standard.
something magic about 23 feet. I don't know what it is.
Okay, so
We
let's
good
take
with
some
it?
of this off and run some inductive loads on it.
I like it.
It does kind of rev the decibel meter up a little bit outside.
A little bit, yeah. That meter can't hear that saw.
The meter cannot hear the saw.
So that's all from the generator.
Yeah.
An ambient noise.
That's why we put the generator outside.
Really?
Yeah, that and
I thought it was for the carbon monoxide.
details.
I understand.
Okay. So
That one has a called a CO minder. It will shut off if it detects levels of carbon monoxide above a certain level, in case you're stupid enough to run your generator in the house.
the Honda will.
The Honda will. They took out the 12-volt power port and added a carbon monoxide detector.
You know, somebody probably wrote them an email about that.
Or probably was an attorney.
Okay.
Circular
saw, yeah. Yeah, I guess it is circular saw because it is not.
Well, I still call it a skill saw.
Okay. This one's 13 ounce when you got it in a bind and some plywood or
Well,
something.
we've got some 2x4s, right? 2x6s.
All right, I'm fixing to test this.
Okay.
Okay. I will say initially that startup that I'm used to out of this saw is not there. The hit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That ran us to almost 60 decibels. What was the load here?
No, wasn't nothing. Well, it leveled out at about 800 watts.
Yep.
Okay. And I like to run this grinder because the power factor on it is
You've
awful.
also got a table saw right there.
It's that's pretty much a
Skill saw upside
turned
down?
upside down.
I understand, okay.
So, all right, oh, there we go. We'll just turn this one on. Now watch this power factor. And it's Arbor Freight, so we'll kind of stand away from it.
It's a little wobble in the grinding wheel there, but
Yeah.
just saying. I'm going to stand over here.
You see that power factor?
0.4.
Yeah. All right. I think that wraps this one up.
I think so too.
So
I'm pretty pleased.
I am too.
But
of course, I expected that. It's
for,
Honda has the reputation for setting the bar, the standard, by which everybody else
correct.
judges their non-Hondas by.
Correct.
And so you say, well, my generator, it's not a Honda, but it still has as much power.
Well, I think it's also fair to say that just because a generator says it will produce 2,000 watts or 1,800 watts or 1,600 watts, maybe it'll do that in theory. Maybe it's designed to that, but does it actually test out to that?
Right.
We will be able to prove that one way or the other.
And of course, they compare how loud or how quiet
Correct.
it is.
And that's subjective to some degree. There are.
One thing they do not do, though, is say my generator costs as much as a Honda.
No, they don't say that.
They don't say that. So
because that Honda out there is right around $1,100.
$1,100. Okay.
Now we're going to test a Predator 2000.
That's up next. So
which I believe retails for $449 right now, something like that. So less than half the price, with a 2,000 watt peak and 1,600 watt RMS.
Okay.
Or running watts, I think is what they prefer to use.
So the Predator is going to be the next video. Y'all stay tuned for that one. Hit the subscribe button if you like what you saw today, and hit the bell, and you'll be notified when we post that other Predator video. In the meantime, we appreciate you watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. All right, we're done.